Perhaps can you start off telling a little bit about your role as a lung physiotherapist and the background and your journey into the world of transplant?
Yeah, so I certainly got my first exposure when I was working interstate, actually, in another hospital during my junior years, and really came to really like respiratory practice and also the transplant patients, particularly looking at them pre-transplant when I was interstate. I moved back in the late 2000s to South Australia and started working here at the Royal Adelaide Hospital, which is where the SA lung transplant service is based. And it was during that time that I sort of got my initial exposure more in, routinely to transplant patients. And then probably in the last 10 to 15 years is when I've taken over as sort of the lead physio for lung transplant within South Australia. So all patients sort of come through our service as part of their workup process to go for transplant. So we get to see each person who's being assessed for, considered for transplant. And we also look after people after transplant as well. So it gives us a bit of exposure. We are a little unique in that we're a non-surgical centre. So patients in South Australia have the advantage of being able to live in South Australia right up until the time of surgery. And then at the time of that lung transplant, they actually flown into state, generally to Sydney or Melbourne. But it means we look after people right up to the time they get the phone call. They then do their initial recovery in Melbourne or Sydney before they come back to us for care for the rest of their life from that point of view. So yeah, it's probably been sort of 10 or 15 years where I've been really heavily focused into the lung transplant as part of my work.